Okay, so in today's update about Polygon, I'm going to specifically check out this part of the price action, and I'm going to tell you why in here we are looking optimistic and why right around this region about the 23.5 cents area, I actually bought some Polygon for a short-term trade. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a great time with your family and loved ones. And if you remember, the last time that we talked about Matic, I believe we were right in here, and the idea was that if you want to say that in Polygon the end of our correction is right in here, you need to wait a little bit more and see a move up in order to take this important high right in here. And so far we didn't do that, but that wasn't really the main point. The main point that I tried to make in the previous video was this: overall this whole move is a correction structure, and maybe the final low is already in for this correction, or maybe it's not. Generally, after this correction is over, we can expect another beautiful and strong move on the upside in Polygon. Now, in the short term, as you can see, in the last 2 days, we got another move down, but that is not going to invalidate this possibility, indicating we are having a correction. In fact, I'm going to say this is kind of confirming having in this area a corrective movement. Why is that? Let's just measure this move down timing wise, starting from this point to about here. How long did it take for us to have this move so far? About 167 candlesticks. On the other hand, in the same period of time, as you can see in Polygon, we had this huge move on the upside. So what's the message? From my point of view, this means despite having way more than enough time, it seems like that bears kind of failed to pull the price all the way back down to these levels. And well, this suggests bulls do still have the upper hand and they are in charge, and more likely than not, in the short term, we are going to see some more beautiful moves on the upside in Polygon. And that, my friends, was a very important reason for why right in here about the 23.5 cents area, I actually opened some long positions. Why is that? Number one, well, okay, this is a correction from my point of view, and after it's over, we are going to get another move. And number two, in terms of classic technical analysis, meaning support and resistances, this is kind of an important area of right now, I'm going to say, demand. And well, since this move down was kind of slow and choppy, to me made perfect sense to say this is going to hopefully be just a simple retest, and after it we are going to get a very strong rejection from this important area. And so far it seems like this scenario is playing out. Now, for my long position, what is my stop loss? You probably know it. It's actually under this low, about, let's say, 21.5 cents. Why is that? Generally, my stop loss is when we get a break of this important level. And I was like, well, okay, if I put it under this low, at that point, odds are we have confirmed that we broke this important level. So, you know, it's under this low, and I have about like a 2 cents stop loss. Question: what is my target? Well, the bare minimum one, which I don't think at that point I'm going to get out of my long, is going to be right around the previous high, about the 27 cents area, meaning, well, okay, I have a 2 cents stop loss, but about a 3.5 cents minimum target. And well, my risk to reward ratio is about 1 to 2, which is not that bad. Now, if I want to be a bit more optimistic, and I think I am allowed to be a bit more optimistic, I can actually set my target right around the lower band of this unbelievably important and strong daily and weekly time frame, at the same time area of supply, about the 29.5 cents area. So at that point, I'm having a risk to reward ratio of about 1 to 3, which is definitely not that bad. That's why right in here, from my point of view, made perfect sense to go long in Polygon. Now let's go on some lower time frames and see what is happening in a very short time. And I need you to have your eyes on this important high right in here and see, in this phase up, are we going to take it or not? If we're going to take it, well, okay, that can be a very important confirmation suggesting this is indeed just a correction, and after it's over, we are going to get another move on the upside, and maybe the low in Polygon is already in. And here is how I can argue that. Okay, so we can consider different possibilities in this area. The most pessimistic one between all the bullish scenarios suggests this is maybe a wave 1 like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave, and then from this point to about here, this maybe is going to be a running flat into wave 2, but again, I really doubt it. However, again, I just told you I want to talk about the most pessimistic bullish scenario. So this is a running flat into wave 2, and then at the moment we need to see a very strong move up into wave 3, 4, 5. If this happens, it will be a beautiful, beautiful bullish sign indicating the low is already in. Also, if you want to be a bit optimistic, well, okay, I guess yes, you can say maybe this is like a wave 1 correction for wave 2, and at the moment we are having a good move up into wave 3, 4, 5, which on a higher degree might be into a wave 3 correction for another move on the upside into wave 5, and this possibility suggests relative to the previous scenario our move up might actually continue a bit more, and it might be a bit of a stronger move. Now, any kind of bullish or bearish scenario should have important invalidation points for them, and what's it going to be for our bullish possibilities overall? I'm gonna say it's actually going to be taking this low about, let's say, 23.7 cents. Why is that? Because if from here we get a move down and take this low, at that point, finding an impulse in this phase up is going to be a bit of a challenge. And I'm going to say maybe this is just a simple ABC zigzag indicating this move can continue a little bit more, and in it we may take this low. But again, overall, I am going to, even at that point, still remain bullish and say we are having a correction into our wave 4, and after it's over, you know the deal, we're gonna get some more moves up into wave 5. So for now, I would like to still be absolutely optimistic in Polygon and consider having another move up, and that is why I opened a long position right in here. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Matic's price chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.